The 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks up against the Houston Rockets. Well, it was Houston in their last game with a loss to the Pelicans in New Orleans. A crushing defeat in that one. Still with a sour taste in their mouths, they're looking to play much better. Here we are coming up on the All-Star break. Shaq, for guys that are in a groove, could this disrupt their rhythm?
You know, veterans know how to keep things rolling, Ernie. Some younger guys could be affected mentally because you know those young guys, they don't concentrate anyway. They have ADHD, ADD, APD, AUD, DOD, DAD, and all the other Ds.
E-I-E-I-O.
No doubt. With a knick-knack paddywhack. If you're on a hot streak and it's for real, it doesn't matter. It's going to continue. And if you're kind of this team that when things don't go well and then all of a sudden you start to struggle, then it's not real, Ernie. But I think this one's real.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. We're going to see you later.
Seems like we've been here before. Yes, it is Groundhog Day. And we welcome you to this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. Fans are making some noise here at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for their Mavericks. You look at the Rockets, they just haven't been able to buy a break lately. 5 of their last 6 games have been losses.
And this has been a problematic matchup for them this season. They've come up empty in each of their 2 previous encounters. They'll need to find some answers here tonight.
You know, they don't want to go down 0-3 to these guys. I can guarantee you that. And because of that, I think we're going to see a tremendous effort from these guys tonight.
Here's the starting group for Houston. Austin Rivers is out there with Harden. Then it's Clint Capella, and it's House in at the 3 spot. Now we're moving into the heart of the NBA season, Clark. His chemistry and pecking order in the locker room been set by the coach and by the team at this point of the year?
Yeah, I think with veteran teams, it's pretty well established. But again, the makeup of your veterans is key there. With younger teams, though, I think they begin to, it's a process. It's an ongoing process of figuring out roles and pecking order. So as you get into the middle part of the season, the heart of it, I think the young guys do start to kind of figure it out.
Here's Harden. Unable to get that one. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. They won their last game against the Rockets in Houston.
Yeah, they cruised to a win in these teams' last encounter, and their field goal percentage was off the charts.
Scorching and torching offensively. They were able to get everything they wanted.
And the three ball is good. Harden's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Rockets.
And Harden takes a lot of pride in being a hard matchup, a tough cover. I mean, he takes no time in shooting once he gets the pump.
Here's AI. Stolen by Harden. Inside. Rivers in the corner. Houston moving the ball around. Harden with it. Working on AI. Again, the miss by Harden.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with Rivers.
And that one is good. Doncic has got his first points in this one.
And early on, they looked great. They made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Rockets have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Here's Rivers, and another 3 for Houston.
And, you know, when you get a clean look at the rim, Harden usually will find you. I think he's underrated and undervalued at making his teammates better.
Now, here's AI. He had a career game last time out, bucket after bucket.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
Now, here's AI. Harden missing his last shot. Over in the corner, Moutier. Down low. Here's AI. Again, the Mavericks score.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
And, you know, for AI, the talent's always been there. The commitment took time to develop. That's normal. But once that was locked in, game over.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Dallas.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
Pass to Madison. He kicks to Rivers. And here's Harden, defended by Moutier.
Boy, he's holding his team back. Really a hindrance. Can't make a thing. He's way off today.
And the dunk by Doncic.
Right there, that's simply just keeping your eyes up and staying open to all the possibilities in front of you. That's a terrific feed by AI.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now here's Harden. points for him. A pass to Madison. Just 5 on the clock. Rivers dishes to Harden. And the shot is long.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, he has been, and he's got to find his stroke because he's holding back his team as a result of his poor shooting.
AI with it, guarded by Harden. AI, no good.
And, you know, the defense was probably in the C-plus range there. I mean, I'm sure he feels like that's one he should have made, that layup.
Another miss by Houston.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Outside, Porzingis. Pass to Moutier. Kicks to AI. To the paint. Sabonis. Dallas needs to get off a shot. AI from long range. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
AI is really in the groove. Boy, has he been impressive. He has... not given this defense any kind of a break.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game.
You take a look at the Rockets' offense, and they've become lean and mean. Very few mid-range shots, no long twos. It's all threes and points in the paint. They keep their menu tight, and it works for them.
And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for him.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
Now, here is Harden. 6 points for him. Here's Rivers. The teardrop falls in. Rivers has got his second basket of the night. You talked about the Rockets' focus offensively. It's all on Harden and Chris Paul.
Yeah, they're the main shot creators for that offense. Everybody else better be happy spotting up, setting picks and rolling, and scoring in transition. The Beard and CP, they want to have the ball in their hands most of the time.
Passes to Madison. Houston moving it around. Tipped away. Porzingis kicks to AI. Here is House. No points in the game yet for him. He feeds it to Capella. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Frank Capella has what we call raw strength. And because of that, he's able to play through contact and score the ball.
Houston shooting their first free throw of the night. And that one misses. Clark, you had a tremendous college career, excluding yourself. Give me the best NBA player from your alma mater.
Wow. I would probably lean towards Jerry Lucas as the best player coming out of Ohio State. And then you look at his pro career, it was pretty solid as well. I thought Herb Williams had a fantastic and long pro career. John Havlicek maybe would rise to the level of the best NBA player of the group that came out of Ohio State. Jim Jackson is another name. Evan Turner still playing. But I think John Havlicek probably in longevity, championship, Hall of Fame stature. I think he may be the best NBA Buckeye.
I'm going to put Clark Kellogg in there too.
Oh, I didn't play long enough. Didn't play long enough.
Here is Harden, following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. The Rockets with another miss.
I mean, his field goal percentage isn't good. He's not helping his team out there shooting this poorly.
AI passes to Porzingis. Now here's Rivers, guarded closely. Sabonis grabs the board. Mavericks leading by 11. Back to Porzingis. Reverses. And he lays it up and in. Porzingis has got 6 points.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
And I tell you what, Greg, they've worked hard for this lead. Their play calling has been superb, and the execution even better.
Now here's Rivers. Got a 24-point outing in their last game against New Orleans. 6 to shoot. Houston needs to get a shot up. Madison knocks down the 3 ball.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And here are the Mavericks now. They're on an 18-7 run. And here's Porzingis for a 3. Rockets with the rebound. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, we saw no matter what they tried offensively, the opponent just had the answer.
Yep, they sure did. Seemed like they had them completely figured out, hammered them with their aggressive defense throughout the game. He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And that one's good. AI.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they've come out strong. I mean, clearly they've been the better team so far.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
He's forcing shots offensively, hurting his team in the process. He needs to trust his teammates more.
Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. Let's take a look at Dallas. They're looking at... Here's Brunson. He's guarded by Rivers. Cloak loose. Stolen by Harden. Taking a look at the Rockets. Ferguson out there with Davis. Then it's Harden. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's Hartenstein in at center.
Well, you got to remember now, Harden, as good a scorer as he is not just a scorer. He's a shrewd dime dropper, too.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Magic delivered quite a performance. He had an incredible number of points, and that was just the start of it. He wound up with a triple-double in what was quite a display for him. A very solid stat line for him in what was a terrific outing. And you know he wants to keep the momentum going, Kevin.
David, appreciate the report. He was a one-man show in that game.
And, you know, it'll be interesting to see how much that took out of him. I mean, he'll have a hard time putting up anything even close to those numbers here tonight.
Well, Greg, you know where I'm going. He was a stat sheet stuffer in that game. Did a little bit of everything and did it all well.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for Ed Davis. Capella kicks to Ferguson. Four on the shot clock. Takes a 3. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. AI outside. To the middle. Sabonis, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Ferguson's shot is good.
Can't give up these looks. I mean, the defense has to be more aggressive guarding the perimeter.
Mavericks leading by 21. Doncic passes to Sabonis. AI outside. And he uses the glass on the layup. AI's got 18 points in the game.
This is where you want to attack. AI not one to settle. Challenging the defense inside. I love it.
And James Harden taking home the MVP award in 2018. And Clark, well deserved.
It sure was, Kevin. A career mark in scoring a league-high 30 points a game. The first player ever to drop 60 points as part of a triple-double. It certainly was his year.
They get it again. Capella. Some solid defense there from Jackson. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Mavericks. Only given up 6 here in this quarter. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Minnesota where they'll take on the Timberwolves. That sets in motion a 4-game road trip for them. Houston's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15. Harden kicks to Rivers. The dish to Capella. Over AI. And that one hits back iron. Dallas leading by 23 to the inside. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Now here's Rivers, defended by Moutier. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Yep, that one goes. That's now 8 points for James Harden.
And, you know, if you give Harden daylight to shoot from the mid-range, he'll take it. Can't give him any room, mid-range or three, but mostly mid-range.
AI with the bucket.
Guys, he has been a major factor, big time, outstanding at getting quality looks and knocking them down.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Clark, when you're evaluating young players, and you see a lot of them at the college ranks and certainly in the early years in the NBA, aside from their talents between the lines, which qualities tell you this kid has a chance to be special?
A couple of things. Humility, understanding their ability, but also recognizing they've still got work to do. That's one of the great qualities anybody can have. Work ethic, self-starting, and then you try to see if in fact they've worked through some challenges. How have they handled adversity? I mean, when you look at those things and couple them with talent, now you've got somebody that you feel like can be special.
Just 5 to shoot. Capella trying to free himself up. Ferguson's shot is good.
You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert.
At the elbow, it's AI. To the paint, 13 feet away. Sabonis, no good. Rockets trail by 21. Feeds to Rivers. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
AI passes to Kuzminskis. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the foul against Houston. For Dallas, they have shot 6 of 7 at the line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys.
Houston's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Harden kicks to Rivers. Back to Harden. Fires the 3. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And that gets him going here in the second after hitting 2 from long range in that first.
Moutier passes to AI. From 12 feet out. Hits the front of the rim and out. Rockets trail by 18. Rivers scanning the floor. Pass to Harden. Off target from three-point range. Shoots. And AI gets it to go on the assist from Moutier. Moutier's got 4 assists in the game. Houston's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Here's Harden on the wing. He's guarded by AI. Takes the 13-footer, and the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
Man, it's fun watching Harden use the pick and roll to his advantage, getting space off the screen and letting it fly with ease.
AI passes to Sabonis. Out to AI. Money from the wing. AI's got 24.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
And there's the pass to Madison. Houston moving it around. Here's Harden. It's rebounded by Dallas. Sabonis has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
The Mavericks have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9. Free throw good, AI.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
Porzingis is checked in for Kuzminskis. And the Rockets making a change here as well. House is checked in. Moutier pass to AI. Good on the bucket. AI's got 11 points in the quarter.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
Yeah, you know, continue to pour it on them. That's what they want to do right now. Doing their best to put this game out of reach and in the win column.
Back to Harden. Up top, Capella, defended by... Sabonis. Here's Ferguson. 7 points in the game. 4 on the clock. The tray. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
To the left side wing. Doncic kicks to Moutier. It's AI, high post. 27 points for him. Porzingis passes to AI. Back to Porzingis. Ferguson with the rebound.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
I think these are the shots he's got to avoid taking. I mean, already struggling. He's not helping his team right now looking at those shots.
Here's AI. He can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Capella. House kicks to Harden, and he drops it in from the low post. Harden's got 15.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Yeah, I mean, test the hot hand. You're exactly right. I say let those triples fly.
To the middle, here's Ferguson, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
House kicks to Harden. There's a minute left to play here in the second quarter. Unloads from 13, and that one is off. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Man, I like how close Porzingis gets to the rim. I mean, he knows when he... this deep, the defense really has no chance to keep him from dunking it.
Here's Ferguson. He's guarded by AI. Harden left side. Passes it to Madison. His three-pointers off the mark.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
And right there, AI doesn't let the ball stop with him. It doesn't stick. He's really good at understanding what the situation calls for.
Pass to Madison. Here's Ferguson. Pulls from the top of the key. The shot, no good. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. The Mavericks on top, opening up a huge gap. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks. Dwayne, not the night you want so far. What do you see happening out there?
I don't know what has happened, but our defensive concentration, rotation has gone the way of the Buffalo. And I don't know what it is. I could care less about offense. You know, we're going to score. That's not the problem. It's making up our mind and having a commitment to the defensive end.
Okay, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And it's Harden with the ball for Houston. AI is out there with Moutier. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Doncic. And it's Sabonis in at the 5 down low. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half. Stolen by AI. He dishes it to Doncic. And good coming on the assist by AI. AI's got 6 assists now in the game. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, since the rise of the Warriors, we've seen a fair amount of soul-searching by the league's other contenders. There is incredible pressure to shake things up. Now, sometimes it can elevate a team, but we have often seen it also can tear a team apart.
It can be fragile for sure. David, thank you so much. It's good.
And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, just a real lack of aggressiveness there right now. I mean, can't give up these types of layups to begin the quarter, Greg. I mean, that's a no-no.
Harden can't hit.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
AI passes to Doncic, and Capella sends it back.
This is the real strength of Capella's game now. Outstanding at using his length and athleticism to block shots.
Poked loose, stolen by AI. Oh, and there's the alley-oop, and the dunk by Doncic.
You're getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play.
You know, James Harden, the leading isolation scorer in the league for the last 3 years plus. He's taken it to a whole new level, almost 12 points a game in isolation in 2018, and his efficiency, the best in the game, is off the charts.
And it's interesting, isn't it? Isolation, one-on-one basketball has lost favor league-wide, but Harden flips that logic on its head.
Yeah, it can still be a little frustrating to watch at times, Kevin, but it reminds me a bit of the way that Steph Curry changed the definition of a good shot, his deep range and marksmanship from long distance. Now more and more players are shooting it from that deep. Harden is changing the definition of a good possession because he's just so talented at making the toughest shots look easy.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Timeout called, the Rockets.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Yeah, there's no reason why they should be scoring at will down there easily as they have. I mean, they've got to be more aggressive inside.
The Rockets making a switch here. Kufis is checked in. Here is the list of players with the most boards in the league this month. The NBA's leading rebounders. The 4th spot held by Clint Capella. And, of course, Domantas Sabonis.
What a rebounding show these two have put on. That's exactly the kind of effort you like to see from your bigs.
That's tipped, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession.
Here's a look at some stats for Kristaps Porzingis. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run. He's averaging 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes natural.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Now here's Rivers. Not a lot of room. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Lob pass to Porzingis. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And beginning to pull away. Really effective play calling halfway through this one.
But, you know, you got to give them credit. I mean, they flipped the switch, and they're not looking back now.
Harden finds Capella. Here is House. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Capella trying to free himself up. Harden's shot is off.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Buries the long-range jumper.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Capella, the pass to Rivers. To the paint to stop the run, and the layup is good. Rivers has got 16 points.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
AI left side. Here's Sabonis. Basket is good. The assist from AI. 8 points for him.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
In the corner, Harden goes up on the wing, and Houston again with the bucket.
Harden is as steady as falling rain. I mean, so consistent. Beautiful shooting form, a brilliant scorer.
Floats it up for AI. And he drops in the layup off the glass. AI's got 37.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Harden kicks to Rivers. Houston moving the ball around. Harden can't hit.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
Love how Capella stays alert on the offensive board, creating second chance opportunities thanks to that activity.
And it goes down 2 points. Sabonis has got 6 in the quarter.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
From deep, Harden. It's rebounded by Dallas. Doncic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Moutier with the basket.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Koufos finds Harden. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And it is absolutely remarkable watching Harden draw contact. So effortless, so crafty, and so consistent in putting the defense in a bind.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Hudson's checked in for Doncic, and Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Emmanuel Moutier. Here's AI. It's rebounded by Houston. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Harden, no good.
Not a whole lot going down for him at this point. He just can't buy a break.
Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And it's Harden with the ball for the Rockets. He kicks it to Rivers. Pass to Koufos. Here is Harden. Down to 5 on the shot clock. With the floater, and the layup is up and in. Harden's got 10 points in the quarter.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Floats it up for AI. And stolen by Koufos. Harden with it. Hardaway picks him up. Ball's knocked loose. Porzingis with the steal. And again, Dallas turns it over. And if you're wondering where the points are coming from here tonight, here's a breakdown in the scoring between the front court and back court tonight for the Rockets.
And their guards really have done what they could to keep it.
Dallas has gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. A moment now to reset the lineups. Brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the 4th quarter. And so in the game for the Rockets, we've got Harden. Clint Capella is out there with Ferguson, and it's House in at the 3 spot. 5 on the clock. AI passes to Jackson. Off target from outside. And for the Rockets, they're shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Stolen by AI. And here we go. AI heading to the hoop. And the jam by AI.
You know, this is what happens when you don't take care of the ball. AI will make you pay if you're careless with the pumpkin around him.
Harden with it. You look at rebounding now, Clark. Teams relying less on one guy and more on collective team rebounding, especially, it seems, on the defensive end.
Yeah, and you think about it, Kevin, with the space and pace game, positionless basketball, if you will, or versatile basketball that takes place, more guys are spread out and away from the goal. Bigger guys are not always camped in the lane, so everybody's got to rebound the ball, more so today than in past decades, because, again, the three-point shots are coming at a rapid rate. Longer rebounds are available now, so everybody's got to be attuned to rebounding the ball.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Right wing. Fabianis kicks to AI. Puts it up from 15. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right, they're happy with that shot.
Kufis checked in for the Rockets. Here's where he's guarded by AI. Boy kicks to Weber. Shot clock at 6. Over Jackson. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
It might be the most difficult shot in basketball, the hook shot.
AI right side. And it's good. 2 points. AI's got 41.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Stolen by AI. Ball stolen. That's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. possession. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Tipped away. Stolen by AI. Jumps up. And the jam by AI.
That's the way you do it. I mean, that's the way it's done. AI makes great decisions in the open court. Very difficult to corral this guy.
Rockets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Ware kicks to Kufis. Now the pass to Bollenboy. Now Weber. 5 to shoot. Here's Ware. The Rockets again can't hit. Mavericks have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Got that one up quick.
And since they come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, certainly a step up from the first half. They're more engaged, more focused here in this second half, and they're getting good results.
Here's AI, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. AI's got 45 points.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Weber can't hit. For Dallas, they've gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. And the shot goes in.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
We know Clark fans want to see star players. It's been a hot topic around the league. The league has added rules, in fact, that now prohibit resting guys on certain nights.
Yeah, I think that's important, that players have a real understanding of their responsibility. I understand trying to balance the rest versus the wear and tear of a course. That's another reason I propose a shorter season. I don't think you'd end up with this kind of controversy or debate. But I thought the league was right in requiring, I mean, your responsibility is to play all the games you're available to play in, unless you're injured. And I think it's important that guys take that responsibility seriously. And it's a responsibility they have to themselves, to the team, the organization, and the fans.
The Mavericks have gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. Papagiannis picks to Moutier. Some nice passing here by Dallas. And AI gets it to go.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
Here's Ware. Pass to Weber. Clock at 6. Here's Ware. He's guarded by AI. Here's Moutier. Lays it up off the glass. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for Dallas.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the
Good, he hits again.
Another 50-point game from him, and he is now 3rd in the record books for most 50-point games in a season.
You know, GA, you can't deny the greatness we've seen from him all year long. He has performed at the highest level, game in and game out. Here's a look at the schedule now for Dallas. On Friday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then on Saturday, they'll go up against Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And Kevin, they've been doing exactly what you need to do when you're at home, and that is pile up the wins. It won't be easy to continue that out on the road, but at least they have some momentum.
This NBA, Clark, amazing. The potential now for some players to play into their 40s. In fact, we're seeing a couple guys in their 40s playing right now and playing well.
Yeah, you know, I thought about it when we started to see this influx, Kevin, of high school players coming into the league at 19, 20, 21, with the advancement in nutrition knowledge and training methods and preservation of the body and taking care of it, that we might see more longer careers. But if you start at 21 and play 15 years, that's still only 36. So I think we're going to see some more guys in the 40s, but I still think it's going to be a small number by and large.
From 18 feet away, and Weber with the basket on the assist by Koufos. Weber's got 4 this quarter. Dallas has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Here's Kuzminskis, and it's a defensive 3-second violation. And the technical free throw is good.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Hartenstein, he's checked in for Houston. A floater and plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And Houston gets called for the foul.
Well, guys, here you go. I mean, AI's a tough guy to deal with. You're eager to contest the shot. That time, a little too eager.
And both free throws good for AI. Mark, it always seems the coaches get fired a lot, and there's kind of the rotating names there. But the GMs who hire them stay in place. What's your take on that?
Yeah, you know, it's fairly complex, Kevin. I don't know if we have enough time to delve in it effectively here, but my initial feeling is every circumstance is a little different. And sometimes it's a little easier to move the coach than the general manager for whatever reason. But there should be more accountability for GMs, not just for who they draft, but also who they hire as coaches. So I'm mixed, but I kind of understand why sometimes the coach is a little more readily expendable.
Free throw good, AI. Both shots good from the stripe.
Boy, is he really getting after it here in the second half, just drawing a ton of fouls.
Here's Hughes, defended by Moutier. Hughes kicks to Ware. High post shot. No good off the back of the rim. The Mavericks shooting 69%, showing you what a well-oiled offense looks like tonight. Hughes with the steal. Now the feed to Ware. Rebounded by Papagiannis. Papagiannis has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. AI left side. And another one. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
They've been struggling here on offense.
He had a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Hughes. Just 4 to shoot. To halt the run. Rebounded by Papagiannis. Dallas has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Kuzminskis.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, you know, it's got to be terribly deflating for the opposition. Boy, they look helpless. Really getting beat up, physically and emotionally.
Hartenstein can't get it to go. And so it's Moutier with it. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Dallas moving it around. AI. Back to Jackson. Inside. Here's AI. Good. That's another bucket. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Ware passes to Weber. Pass to Hughes to the inside. Ware, good. Ware's got 6 here in this quarter.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
And AI gets it to go on the assist for Moutier. 64 points for AI. Houston's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Ware. He's guarded by AI.
and he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible.
Yeah, he still made it look good, though.
Dishes it to Jackson. Back to AI. Baseline try. Weber pulls it in. The Rockets shoot in the fourth quarter, not pretty, down around 29%. Here's Papagiannis, takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Mavericks.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
In what's been a good season already, tonight's win will take their record to 50 wins, a big milestone here tonight.
And just breaking the spirit of their opponent. 3 straight times this year, this win is going to give them a perfect 3-0 record with one left to be played on the season against Houston.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for AI.
Well, it was a pleasure watching him get his guys involved. I mean, his passing was tight and on time, really sharp tonight.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
The pass to Moutier. Back to AI. Floats it up for AI.
And leaving nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Exactly. Cold-blooded. Separation solidified. Great effort.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Down low, picked off in midair. Moutier kicks to AI. Papagiannis passes to Moutier. AI left side. And again.
And that's 70.
He's unbelievable.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Big time. I mean, it's amazing. Their crowd letting them hear it. And that's always inspiring. They want to see this thing get wrapped up.
So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny. And tonight our broadcast will be shifting to Minneapolis, where we'll see the Timberwolves going up against the Dallas Mavericks. For Dallas, in case you've been under a rock, they've continued their double-digit winning streak with no signs of slowing. A scary, tough team, and they're in full swing. And the front lines for both teams tonight, powerful, explosive. Shaq, what's the key these days to building a great front court?
Well, the more versatile, the better. But it's more about skill and brute strength. You know I'm about skill and brute strength. I was the most skillful and brutally strong guy ever to play the game.
It's right, you are brutal.
What's so funny?
That, front court guys need to change ends. That's what's funny to me, Shaq. Nothing else. I just tell you right now, nothing else is funny to me.
You want me to show you how strong I am? I'll flip this table over right now.
I believe you could. I believe you could.
What you looking at, Ernie?
Not much.
Oh. All right.
On the road, looking for a win against their Western Conference rival, the Dallas Mavericks are ready for this thing to get started. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. Along with Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and Hall of Famer David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. Boy, do we have a treat for you folks. The big ticket is here. Kevin Garnett in the house. KG, welcome.
Man, a lot of people don't know that you actually gave me the name, The Big Ticket. Dude, K-Hard, man, I hope you got a package of all this somewhere. I hope you own all the names that you've given over the years.
You are the big ticket still. Great to have Kevin Garnett. It's a single game return to Minnesota for the Timberwolves as they'll look for a boost from their hometown crowd. This is an important game for them because they've really been struggling. Just one win in their last 5 games.
And in an important matchup, coming into a game like this as a coach or a player, you know in the back of your head that you've been beaten twice already this season, and you don't want to take a third loss to the same team.
Well, obviously, it would really sting for them to go down into a 3-0 hole in the series. I expect them to be extremely aggressive tonight.
Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Porzingis is out there with Doncic. Then it's AI. Then it's Sabonis. And it's Moutier in at the point. Now, here's Love. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Rockets in Houston.
Yeah, I was also struck by how well he shared the basketball. He created a lot of easy buckets with that passing ability.
Here's AI. Passes it to Porzingis. AI left side. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one is on Towns.
You know what's amazing about AI? This guy plays 1 season in college, makes the Final Four, then goes undrafted. That's a big-time wake-up call for a young man.
And both free throws good for AI.
I'll tell you, he's coming through for them at the free throw line today. His form has been perfect.
Porzingis against Love. Kicks to James. On the clock. To the left wing. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by Doncic. Now the Mavericks with it. AI outside. Here's Moutier. And a miss there on the triple. Timberwolves have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. And Kevin, your time with the Celtics, you had the big 3. Big 4, even when you consider Rajon Rondo. There had to be a leader. And I know you guys all deferred to Paul because he was there.
Yeah. Well, just to think about it, though, we all shared in different types of leadership. Paul Pierce was a great leader in all that, what you possess. I was more vocal and more energetic. Ray was more wise and more of a wording and understanding of concept and what we were all there for, and constant reminding, not to say that you didn't have some young ones buck back or whatever, it's part of it. And that whole thing, we're all learning something. We're all enjoying it. We're all sinking each other. good and bad. We're learning how to talk through things that, you know what, you use in your everyday life. Things that we use in our locker room, we were able to take out of our own and use in our everyday life and communicate better and not be frustrated, let you go and hear your point and then hear it from your side. A lot of good points in what we did, man. Seriously.
Life things, too.
True growth when you really think about it, you know? True growth, real time.
Well, analyze the situation, size up the defense. AI knocks down the mid-range.
James wide open, and the three ball is good.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And now, we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Tom Thibodeau. D.A.?
Well, Kevin, he said for them to be successful, they have to act like, and I quote, a swarm of angry bees, unquote, every time the ball goes into the post. If they don't, he thinks they're going to be in for a long night. Kevin?
Thanks, David. And the Timberwolves with possession here. Following the basket by AI. Down low, Towns. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish.
Well, he continues to have trouble with his shot, well below 50% from the field in this period.
Yeah, sprinting end to end, but under control. That's the key.
No, exactly right, Greg. You can't go too fast. He pulled that off in brilliant fashion.
Now here's Towns. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Rockets in Houston.
And guys, he was also huge on defense, turning away 2 shots and altering countless more.
Now the Mavericks moving it up. Moutier with the ball. AI passes to Moutier. Back to AI. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. And that's 10 points for AI. And Kevin, going back to your title team with the Celtics, do you think you realized at that time how special it was?
If I knew what I knew now, I would have tried to bottle.
Yeah, I know.
I would have tried to bottle as much as I could. Doc knew it. Doc Rivers knew it.
He did. He did know it. Yes.
Doc Rivers knew it, and he knew it day one. And he knew that if we was going to be committed, we had to be the leaders of the commitment. It was going to be hard on the three of us. He was going to be very tough, but it made us who we are to push us to another level.
It was like he was the perfect coach at the perfect time for the perfect threesome, right?
Seriously, man, because a lot of people, go to feel his style and how it worked for him, Michael and Scotty and that three with Rodman and then him transferring and going to L.A. doing that with Kobe and Shaq and making that a dynasty. Doc Rivers had a whole nother style, and it was like a Chuck Daly kind of style. It was a bar kind of very, very firm, very physical, but in your face with class. We're going to knock you down. We ain't going to help you up, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
And we're going to share the ball in offense. We're going to move it. We're going to have multiple players. We're going to attack for 48 minutes. Look, this is how we're going to play this game. He had a real style that was similar to some of those Detroit, some of those more tougher teams that you hear. That's the style that we practice with and we play with.
It showed. I mean, they have that just like historically good. Love can't hit. Mavericks leading by 5. AI right side. In the corner, it's Sabonis. Dallas moving it around. Floats it up for AI. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Well, there's timing to that play, and AI, excellent execution.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play, sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now here's Covington. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Towns, no luck.
Boy, the way he's been going, he is not going to be the guy to turn this around.
AI kicks to Moutier. Pass to Doncic. AI right side. Pass to Moutier. Launches a 3, and the 3 ball is good. And it's a 10-point Maverick lead.
And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how they built this lead. They played as one, shared the basketball, running their offense to perfection.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Plumlee comes in for Kevin Love. And Harris subbed in for Robert Covington. And Dallas with a change here too. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Moutier. Kevin, your drive and attention to detail were phenomenal. How do you deal with rookies who were largely uninformed? They were maybe not as receptive to the attention to detail that the elite like you pursued.
Well, one of the things I would do if I saw a guy who wasn't as keen to detail as I was, I would pull him to the side. I would show him, some of the things I would see. I would get, some dialogue with him and what he was seeing, and then try to get him to see what I was seeing as far as the point I was making. And then, challenge him a little bit to be a little more present within certain things and then apply it. I don't believe in shouting. I don't believe in embarrassing someone. I like to always, grab some of the young guys because the young guys don't have all the confidence yet. So I'm trying to build confidence with the young guys.
Good point.
So
Good point.
When you get them one-on-one, you're able to, have an intimate conversation and they have full, they're engaged, they're talking to you.
Yes.
And that's what you want. So, with that, I've always found it better to go one-on-one to the side and find it to be a lot more efficient.
And AI with the stuff.
Boy, great anticipation by AI. Picks up the steal and kickstarts the break.
Minnesota calls timeout.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
But, Greg, no resistance, right? They're allowing them to get any kind of shot they want close. That simply can't happen.
Hudson's checked in for Doncic. Timberwolves trail by 14. The pass to Strong. Okogie, guarded by Hardaway. Okogie, 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Timberwolves shooting their first foul shots of the night here. He misses the free throw. Dallas making a switch here. Giannis is checked in, and he's good on the second. Dallas leading by 13. AI kicks to Hardaway. Back to AI. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And Kevin, you think about the importance of veteran mentorship for young players looking back. Who provided that mentorship for you?
Sam Mitchell, Terry Porter, shout to Doug West, shout to J.R. Ryder, shout to Christian Layton. All these were my vets, both good and bad. I'm learning something from all these guys. Shout to Kevin McHale, shout to rest in peace to the great Flip Saunders. These are all my vets who helped me progress as a guy and as a player. More importantly, took me under their wing, taught me finances, taught me about life, taught me how to be a young man, taught me about being professional, learning this book of business when it came to basketball, because when it comes to lockouts and all that stuff, when you have to be able to talk and negotiate your own stuff, you got to know the rules and know what it is. A lot of people don't know that the league is 2/3 of council, and you got to stay above that and understand how this whole monster works. And then if you want to be an elite, you got to dedicate yourself in the gym. You got to dedicate yourself in your business. If you're trying to be a brand of something, you have to do all these things. When you look at Jordan, you look at Kobe, you look at these brands out here, these, LeBron has a brand, KD has a brand. You have to invest in yourself to be able to, grow this. This is the elite. I'm not talking about average. I'm not talking about good. I'm not talking about great. This is the elite. These are people that's going to be on and people that you're going to remember, for years to come.
Sounds like a lot. Sounds like a lot on the plate, though.
True legendary.
And here is Harris, following the three-pointer by AI. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Kuzminskis, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Six on the shot clock. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Okogie. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Mavericks leading by 21. It's AI on the wing. James covering. And that one's good. AI's got 26 points.
Boy, he has exploded. You couldn't ask for a better quarter from a guy.
Plumlee, no luck.
Boy, that's exactly how you have to play defense when he's driving the lane. You cannot give him any space.
13 feet away, and it's Dallas with another. And Kevin, terrific footwork. So critical for an elite big man to be great. It's like you can't be that big and that good and not have good footwork, right?
You know what? Part of being that good is that you have, good footwork.
Yes.
A lot of the counters, a lot of the post work, you're opening up. You having to use the backboard. That's a certain way you got to open up to be able to get that shot off. If you're left-handed, you got to be able to do it both ways. It's very complex, but footwork is a big part of it. You have to have it. It's impeccable, and the ones that don't have it struggle.
Here's AI following the basket by Mason Plumlee. Passes it to AI. 55 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Kuzminskis. He's guarded by Plumlee. From deep. His fifth miss. Out 2 for 7 from the floor. AI kicks to Hudson. Basket is good. The assist from AI. AI's got 4 assists in the game.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Now here is Harris. 9-point game his last outing. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Pass to Strong. Three-pointer. No good on the shot. AI outside. Basket counts. AI's got 30 points.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
I don't think you can ask for anything more, Greg. What a wonderful job establishing a lead early in this one.
We're at the end of the first quarter, and what a blowout already in this one. It's Dallas running away.
Don't miss the action. Your favorite NBA superstars are here to compete in a showcase of the league's top talent. It's the NBA All-Star Game.
One of the most high-powered scorers in the game, Karl Anthony Towns, knows it's important to keep his teammates involved.
Everyone has to get some of the sugar.
Well, when you're attracted, teams will make substitutions. Timberwolves trail by 18. And Kevin, you were drafted back in 1995, straight out of high school. You ever wonder how your career might have been different had you played some college basketball?
When I look at college, those are people that are going to, if not preparing themselves for something else. I was doing the same thing at a rapid rate, doing it through college.
Very accelerated rate.
Very accelerated rate. Where people was getting in 4 years, I was probably getting in 6 months, if not 3 months. I had to understand and articulate it. Then I got to block out. I got to understand what all that is and how finance and economics work and how it affects me. And now I got to strategize from when I'm going to do certain business moves throughout this whole season and be able to talk to an owner and talk and negotiate and go back and forth within a certain timeline. This is all stuff that you don't get in a book. No, this is all on the ground. You got to learn it, and you got to have a passion for it. You can't sit back and let somebody do your job for you. You got to know what it is. But to be able to teach someone something is elite to me. So,
and it was a process, and you enjoyed the process, though, right? Because you were a sponge. You absorbed so much as from a person watching you go through all this.
If I'm a student.
Yeah.
And you know me. You've been knowing me since I was a kid. You saw my growth. You saw when I struggled. One thing about struggle, you always have a chance to do something about that. I like to think that in life you have a choice. It's what you do and how you do it. And I've always wanted to be a person of quality. Always wanted to be a person of class. You know that. And I'm a professional, and I was taught that you don't get to pick and choose when you're a professional. And I like to think that I've learned through my mistakes and I've applied the stuff that I've learned through my mistakes. Some of the things I'm teaching these young guys, some of the things I'm talking to these young guys about is just simple experiences and how I messed up. And if I could do it over, I would do it like this. And if I could talk to, my parents, and I have parents like your parents, I would sit down and I would say this. Relating to these young guys, understanding these young guys, understanding, period, says a lot for everything. That's what I've learned through all of this.
On the court for the Mavericks, Porzingis is out there with Domantas Sabonis. Then there's Doncic. Then it's AI. And it's Moutier in at the shooting guard. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Rockets lit up the floor. He had 70 points and was his usual self on the defensive side with a number of steals. It's rare to see any player put up numbers like that. It's likely a game he'll always remember. Kevin?
Hey, David, thank you. Any chance he can match that, guys, in that performance again here tonight?
I tell you what, I know he believes he can. His confidence right now is sky high, and he doesn't think there's anybody that can stop him.
Well, there might not be, because he's coming into this game thinking he can be just as dominant as he was the last time he took the floor.
Covington's shot is off.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
AI passes to Sabonis, banked in off the glass. Sabonis has got 4 this quarter.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
KG, you had so much success as a high school player. In fact, you were on the cover of Sports Illustrated. How about that, huh? How about, I can see the picture in my mind's eye right now.
Kev, that fell in my lap, man. That wasn't something that I was striving for, but who doesn't want to be on the cover of anything? And nonetheless, that's I. And I was more than giddy-eyed and glitz or whatever you want to call it. Listen, very special moment for me. A lot of people don't know you have to get permission to be in certain neighborhoods, and we got permission to be in the neighborhood. We got the shooter right there in front of Farragut, which is very dear to me because of the transformation and the stuff that I have been through and where I was at. You know, I hold Farragut a very, 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 very special place in my heart. So it was important for me to have it on the cover.
Mason Plumlee's checked in for Minnesota. And both free throws good for AI. Minnesota's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Harris kicks to Towns. Left block shot on the way. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Moutier finds Porzingis, and he makes that one. Porzingis has got 6.
Keeping the pressure on and starting to pad this lead around the halfway point.
Yeah, seems like they're starting to pull away a bit right now. They just look a little faster and a little hungrier than the opposition right now.
And the basket by Harris.
You know, rough start for him, but he seems to have turned the corner here in the second period.
And we want to thank Kevin Garnett for joining us, giving us some perspective. KG is always great, and thank you. You've given us a lot to think about with your comments tonight. Thanks for coming by.
Okay, Hall, man, I hope I was able to help, man. You know, thank you for letting me be part of it.
You took over the broadcast.
Not even, man. I'm learning.
You took over the broadcast.
I'm learning from the best, K. Keep doing it, man.
Love you, buddy.
My dude.
And always a special occasion to have KG with us, Doris, a guy who really brings it every time we speak with him.
Well, his enthusiasm is contagious. This guy is a leader on and off the court. There's a vibrancy, a joy that he brings that was key to his success as a player and how fun as a broadcaster.
Offensive rebound. Lets it go with a 3. And Karl Anthony Towns, good for 3. 13 points in the game.
On the catch and shoot, just so relaxed. Almost looks like Towns is playing a game of horse out there.
Here's AI, and Dallas again with the bucket.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Minnesota comes into this one following a loss to the Rockets. Harris passes to Towns. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Towns has got 11 points in the quarter.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
AI kicks to Porzingis. And good coming on the assist by AI. AI has got his 6th assist on the night. Feeds to Plumlee. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Well, goes to the pull-up game. Great balance and touch by AI shooting off the dribble.
And so it's AI making highlights for Dallas. This has been a remarkable game for him offensively. Anytime you get over the 40-point mark, it's been a special, special day. And now let's get...
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, how would you evaluate your...
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at AI, in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, great job from him in that first half of drawing fouls and getting to the line.
Well, he certainly put the defense in a tough spot in that half. Forces the issue, draws the contact time and time again.
Towns is out there with Kevin Love. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's James in at the 1. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And Doris, the Wolves, a lot of promise, but how do they deliver?
I think Tom Thibodeau says it best, Kevin. It's the little things. The magic is actually in the work you put in every day. No shortcuts, no easy way out. There's a price to be paid for winning in the NBA.
To the paint, here's Towns. The Mavericks pull it in.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
No, exactly, Greg. Especially when the ball is that deep inside. You've got to respect how he altered that shot.
AI and Dallas again with the bucket.
Well, I'll tell you, he's been a go-to guy for them as they've taken this lead, and he keeps coming.
James kicks to Love. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Fires from 14, and Towns gets it to go. Towns has got 17 now.
If Karl Anthony Towns is feeling it, he will command the basketball. And as a coach, that's what you're hoping for.
He gets that one. 46 points for AI.
Well, in that individual matchup, the rim is totally unprotected. He's just got too much size on him.
Outside, Towns. Inside. Second chance effort, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And Dallas gets called for the foul.
Well, he's got moves and counter moves inside. Towns makes the defender pick his poison.
The free throw drops for Towns.
How about Karl Anthony Towns, guys? At the age of 11, guess how tall he was? 6'3". So it was his goal to develop a complete skill set all the way back then. Boy, how about that? Ahead of the game in terms of the NBA.
AI kicks to Doncic. Back to AI. Makes it off the glass. AI's got 48.
Oh, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
And talk about the mindset nowadays. Kids like Towns growing up not content to just play in the paint.
That's exactly right, Kevin. His father would divide their workouts into 2 halves. The first was face-up, dribbling, perimeter shooting. The second half of that workout, the interior, footwork, micing drills, finishing over either shoulder. Boy, that's a pretty smart dad.
James kicks to Towns. Over Sabonis. And too long on the shot. Dallas has gone 6 of 8 on three-pointers in the game, an outstanding 75% mark. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Just leave it at the rim and let the big man do the rest. KP with a nice finish.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Minnesota calls timeout. A lot of responsibility, Doris, in being the focal point of an offense. The characteristics that you've seen are shared among NBA players who carry the load offensively for their teams every game.
Right. This is a great separation point to me in the NBA because there are a lot of outstanding players at the level on any given night in the NBA. But, Kevin, there is a select few players who are willing to share the lion's share of the responsibility. Men like Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Russell Westbrook. Like, you have to be prepared 82 times per year to step between the lines, shoulder the load, and sometimes when you underperform, to bear the criticism that comes with that responsibility. Kevin, you know this. That's a select few player who's willing to absorb that.
Good thoughts. Both teams deciding to change it up. The Mavericks have yet missed a free throw, 5 for 5.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
I don't think the defense is much of a factor there. He just botches the finish.
Here's Brunson. No good on the three. The Timberwolves shooting pretty terrible here in the third quarter at around 30%. Rebounded by Papagiannis.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want to give your offense a chance, and that possession didn't do it.
Not at all, Greg. I mean, no reason for him to be taking these kinds of shots. He has only himself to blame.
AI outside. He kicks it to Hardaway. Back to AI.
Well, you catch the defender a little out of position. AI has the awareness to see it and the talent to take advantage of it.
He's had 6 attempts at the line, made 5 of them.
And, you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
And he makes both free throws. And the Timberwolves with possession here. They get to take on the Blazers at Portland after this one. And that'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip. Harris outside. Kicks it to Morris. Over Jackson. Morris, no good.
Well, it's not the defense that caused that miss. That one's all on him.
Hardaway with a wide open look. Basket is good. The assist from AI. AI's got his 9th assist in the game now. The Timberwolves shooting around 41% on the night. Pass to Covington. Morris with the ball. Guarded by Hardaway. Morris, no good. Dallas has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Another 3 for Dallas.
You don't pass for the sake of passing. You wait until the defense commits. And AI doing that, finding the man breaking open.
The dish to Covington. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Covington's got his 3rd basket of the night. Out to the right wing. Back to AI. And the jam by AI.
But he's having himself a night, and AI is taking no plays off. This guy, one of the hardest workers in the game.
And the Timberwolves with possession. Okogie, he's covered by Hudson. Okogie, he doesn't hit that one. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
Boy, he hasn't given them much of anything tonight. He's got to look for his own shot a little less and keep the ball moving. Boy, what has gotten into him? He's taken his game to an unreal level this quarter.
Harris outside. There's the pass to Covington. 6 to shoot. To the middle. Here's Plumlee. It's Morris atop the key. Offensive rebound. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Towns, he's checked in for Markieff Morris. Then for the Mavericks, Sabonis, he's checked in for Kuzminskas. Doncic comes in for Hudson. And it's Moutier in for Hardaway. Jackson kicks to Doncic. AI left side. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Minnesota gets called for the foul. He's been punishing them at the line in this one, going 7 of 8. And the first one drops. And both free throws good for AI. Timberwolves shooting pretty terrible here in the third quarter at around 30%. Okogie, he's guarded by AI. Okogie, rejected by AI.
He's obviously still trying to find the range. No success this quarter. You wonder what it would take to get him to pass the ball.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Yes, you love that they're not settling for anything outside the paint. Excellent work getting right to the tin. He had a make from downtown in the first half, but no threes since then.
29 seconds left to play in the third.
And I like this from AI. He goes up strong, takes the hit, earns a chance at the charity stripe.
The Mavericks have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. Free throw good, AI. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And here are the Timberwolves. Passes to Towns. Now here's Covington. T right on him. Goes back up, and Towns lays it in. Towns has got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Boy, how about the anticipation from Karl Anthony Towns? Beats everyone to the spot and goes right back up with it.
It's AI with the drive. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The first one falls. And both free throws good for AI. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks, able to put on a show for the ages. Their defense has been active and effective. And we'll be back with you shortly. And now we take a listen into the recent huddle from Tom Thibodeau.
Once we get the ball, Swan, it's easy offense. Keep cutting, cut. You got to do more than one thing. Keep working the game, work the game, work the game.
Well, the basics of good offense, demanding his guys, Greg, move with purpose and precision.
Clearly wants more ball movement. So far, it has been lacking.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the court for the Mavericks, Doncic out there with AI. Then it's Sabonis, and there's Jackson, and it's Collinsworth in at the center, filling out the middle. Here's AI, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. More and more, we're hearing the term positionless basketball, Doris, but it's not an entirely new concept. I remember Jerry West, for example, talking about it a couple decades ago.
Well, I think Jerry West talking about it is about there are certain guys historically who could play in any era. Jerry West would be there. Rick Barry would be another one. So certainly this has been a topic discussed in the past. I think why it's so important in today's day and age, the NBA has become a switch-heavy league, and that's on the defensive end. And therefore, teams like Boston and others are building their roster around guys who are switchable and versatile. It's become an almost necessity in today's NBA.
Great perspective.
Well, guys, his scoring has been maybe the biggest factor in building this lead, and he's got plenty of energy left.
Harris finds Covington. Now here's Towns. He's guarded closely. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Towns has got 14 points here in the second half. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Jackson passes to AI. And he banks in the layup. AI's got 6 in the quarter.
I think you've got to love the thought process there. AI could have taken a shot earlier in the clock, but he decides to put it on the deck and get something better.
Harris, no good.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Now, here's Doncic, defended by Covington. Doncic kicks to AI, and the rejection by Towns. To the inside, Bates Diop, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
I think you always have to be looking for the man in the middle, and he finds him with a great feed that time.
AI passes to Jackson. Good.
Boy, don't you love the way AI moves the ball? He lets the play develop, puts the pass on time and on target.
Now, here's Covington. Defense right on him. Harris with it. AI picks him up. Floats one. Here's Scott. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
To the middle. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Harris outside. Indoors last summer, we saw the inaugural season of the NBA 2K League. Over half the league's franchises fielding teams. It looks to be the start of something very special and very unique.
No doubt, Kevin. And the NBA has always been an organization at the forefront of embracing technology. And the reality is there is a huge market for this. The younger generation gets just as excited with how their virtual home team is doing in the standings. Big things on the horizon for the NBA 2K League, and you better not square up against me, Kev. You got no shot.
Okay. I've recorded that comment. Pass to Covington. Back to Harris. Minnesota making some changes. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Karl Anthony Towns, and James subbed in for Harris. Yorgos Papagiannis is checked in for the Mavericks. James outside. Pass to Bates-Diop. Shot clock at 5. Offensive rebound. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Kev, quick to the punch. Good anticipation by Willie, that time owning the offensive glass.
To the inside. It's tipped. And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
Well, superb awareness, Greg, right? Not allowing them to get comfortable running their offense, being super aggressive.
Here's AI. It's deflected, and there's the foul. It'll go on AI. That's his third foul of the game. And the Mavericks making a change here. Kuzminskis is checked in. Now here's James. He's guarded by AI. Covington kicks to Hernan Gomez. Out left to the wing. Tries from 16, hits the front of the rim and out.
Well, can't find the target, but good work to get into open space inside the arc.
There's the pass to Papagiannis. Here's Bates-Diop. James passes it to Hernan Gomez. Covington wide open. He fires. No good on the triple. The Mavericks have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. AI in the post, defended by Covington. Back to AI, shoots from the baseline. Dallas, no good that time either. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Now, here's Covington. Tight defense on him. James outside. Shot clock at 6. It's blocked. Here's Brunson. Here's AI. Another bucket. Wow.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. Hernan Gomez finds James. Here's Bates-Diop. Pass to Hernan Gomez. And the league last season, Doris, looking to tighten up on the traveling calls. Think that's a move in a positive direction, and it's had a good effect?
Well, Kevin, I'm sure you agree with this. We want to see if there's a traveling violation, it should be called.
Yes.
We have given the offensive players enough advantages, and by that I mean we've made it less physical on the perimeter. You know, we've allowed for freedom of movement, and so I think anytime you learn from a kid, listen, if you pick up that pivot foot, it's a travel. In the past, I thought a lot were missed. What's your take on it, Kev?
I like what you said, and even more for the younger kids who are learning the game, they got to play the right way. It's got to be called.
That's right.
Jackson passes to AI. From 13, he got it again. Sensational.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. James kicks to Hernan Gomez. In the corner, it's James. And a miss there on the triple.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Brunson, good.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
And here's James. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Strong, the pass to Morris. Timberwolves passing it around. 5 on the clock. Okogie, guarded by Jackson. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Mavericks shooting has been just uncontainable, 72%. AI in the post, working on James, and the basket by Papagiannis.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And so it's Minnesota with it. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Morris against Jackson. They need this. Morris, no good. It's been all Mavericks. Pass to Brunson. There's Jackson with the three. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss. Hernan Gomez has got his 8th rebound here tonight. He tries for three. It's rebounded by Dallas. Papagiannis has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. AI right side. Again, the Mavericks score.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Well, there's no doubt this guy's on a hot streak right now. That's why he keeps getting the ball in this one. They're like, hey, we're going to feed the hot hand.
Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Morris dishes to James. Clock at 6. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, he's able to get to the hoop, Kev, because of that great solid screen.
Here's Papagiannis. Back to AI. And the first one at the line is good. So both teams making some changes here. And so he makes both from the line. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. Okogie, guarded by Hardaway. Here's Paige Diop. Clock at 6. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And becoming impatient, that's not how you're going to catch up.
Really, that's unacceptable. Patience is paramount when you're trying to cut the lead, and they didn't have it there.
Out to AI. And the jam by AI.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Mavericks.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And the strong effort here will convert into what will be their 50th win on the season.
And this will be their 3rd win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for AI.
And with the way he came out energized on the defensive end in particular, getting a hand on a lot of shots, that really got them rolling.
For the 3. Rebounded by Hudson.
I don't know if he's tired or what, but he is definitely holding back a little bit, and he has to step his game up right now.
The pass to Papagiannis. Over Hernan Gomez. Papagiannis can't hit. Inside. Here's Bates Diop, and it's blocked. But he stays with it. Okogie, guarded by Hardaway. Okogie. Here's Jackson. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look